So I'm exhausted. I was gonna have more. Why is there no audio? Hold on. Right. All right. So I guess there's no background audio. I swear to God, I had like a. I could do the hour of coffee shop audio. Hold on. Hold on. Will this work? There we go. Oh, so uh, sorry, I'm a little bit late. By a day and a few minutes. I had a bit of a a bit of an extended adventure where I had to go rescue my sister. And so all the plans I had for Wednesday kind of went out the window. And I was going to have something else today as well. So there's two broadcasts today. Um, but to facilitate that, I have to kind of make this one a bit easier. So we're just going to draw. We're going to draw some Neurosama because I've been wanting to do some fan art for a while, but never found the time to, couldn't justify it, and now I can. Midas' Wild Ride. For real, for real. Also, I saw earlier somebody asked if there's lore. No. 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 You're just here now. A 15-minute adventure. Is that what we're calling it? Are we calling it a 15-minute adventure? It's more like a 20-hour adventure. Let's think about that one for a second. Shortest drive in Canada. Real. Alright. Just give me one moment while I adjust Warudo. Because for some reason... There we go. But it's good to see you guys. Again, I'm so sorry if I'm low energy. I'm literally just out of the car. Fresh out of the metal womb. Horrifying. So sick of being on the fucking car. But yeah, no, everybody's safe. Everyone's fine. She is not abandoned on the side of the highway anymore. Actually, after the initial car accident, there was something wrong with her oil. Like, the line broke, and it kind of just poured out all over the highway, so she had no oil, and it was just a mess. So she went off to the side and waited for a bit, got a tow truck, took her to the closest town, and she waited there for 9 hours. And then we drove in. We kind of rested for a little bit, and we drove back. Mhm. Yes, if I'm not that bombastic, that's why. Didn't expect you to live after the long haul of the drive. Thanks for the stream today. Nick, somebody, thank you very much. And it's a broadcast, but you're getting two of them. After I'm done here, we'll be going to LMG's channel to play Way Out. Right, quite rare me to catch a live stream of yours. Wonderful to see you, Kemob. Did the meth stripper fuck over her car again? Oh no, this was her at university. Glad the dipshit is back safe and sound. Oh, me too. Me too. I get concerned, you know? Let me just crack open Twitch. Me too. Oh gosh, there we go. Dashboard. I'm gonna be entirely honest. I kind of fell asleep as soon as I got in. Because I got in at 3 and it is 6 and I meant to like prep and have everything good to go. I think I just fell asleep where I sat. And I only woke up like 20 minutes again before broadcast started and it's like fuck. First time catching a proper stream. Found you through that lovely drunk rant about Neurosama. How poetic. Oh god. Yeah, I forget a lot of people are finding me through that now. Pain. I'm gonna pretend that nobody saw that. I'm eating a vast amount of corn chips with dit. What the fuck is dit? Isn't that like a bug spray? Anyway, let's draw. Like how your model always looks tired? Yes, it's a proper reflection. It's a proper reflection. Alright, I don't know how far we'll get here, because we're only going to really be going 2 hours today. We actually have a hard predetermined cap for broadcast today. So let's get on that grind set. Neuro's biggest gasser. I cause myself issues with my professional friends because I like Neuro. I love Neuro. Like, I love her to bits. But a lot of people are very much in the camp of all AI is the devil. A lot of AI is terrible, but I love Nero. Anyway, why does it look like you live somewhere Rainbow would struggle to point in a GeoGuessr round? You know what? The picture I took was like 6 hours into the drive, so that isn't actually where I live. That's just on the main highway, so. Rainbow would guess from those pictures what side of Canada I'm on, basically, but that's it. Let's see. Sorry, my default discussion is black and white. You cannot like nuanced VTuber AI. Ah, fuck, you're so right, Callow. You're so right. We can make AI evil if we try. Well, she's right here. That's evil. It's evil Nero. And Nero's twin sister, Evil. That's her name. She's evil. But yeah. That was the main highway. It looked like the background in the middle of nowhere. Oh, there's a Twitch raid? Hold on. Let me just double check. Corey! Welcome, 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 welcome. You just came in at the beginning. Welcome. Happy to see ya. My husband loves those 2 AI babies. Your husband, sounds like he needs children. I mean this in like, in a parental sense. If he loves Neurosama and Evil, that probably means that he needs a child to take care of. How do I say that without sounding fucking weird? No. Welcome in, Raiders! Yeah, I got nothing. I got nothing. I'm Midas. Welcome in, Curry. I'm very excited about your concert that I've heard that you're setting up. That's pretty neat. He's ovulating. That's wretched. That's wretched. Get that Omegaverse shit out of here. Male parental instincts are fierce. I can imagine. Can you wear those glasses on your head? Just wondering. Oh, yes, I can, actually. They're an entirely separate item. I can actually toggle them as well. And also be different colors. And these colors come with their own props. Hold on. Oh. If it'll... There we go. I'm using the Warudo slider right now. I typically try to not use these props very often because they actually don't attach nicely to the head. They clip really weirdly, so at this point I just stick with on top of the head sunglasses, but I can move them around. Green Midas, my beloved. Ooh, pink like an Easter egg. Ooh, can she do blue though? ABC123, kill yourself. There is no blue Midas. We would never. No, why would you bring that up? Who said that? Who said that that was allowed? There is no blue Midas in this house, and I will not have you invoking the name of the devil where I stand. Okay? There's never been a blue Midas. There's never going to be a blue Midas, and I don't want anyone to be talking about it. All right? Shut the fuck up. Any word on red? There is a red Midas. That's Butcher Vanity Midas. What about purple? There is also a purple Midas, but for models there is only yellow, green, and pink. What would a silver Midas be called? A werewolf killer. Teal Midas? No, Ayumi would have my fucking throat. Ultra Kill Midas model when? Ooh. Yeah, let me just make sure that I've got my restream track. Orange Midas. I actually did design an orange Midas. It was going to be a collaboration model that was going to release in the fall, and I was going to drop like a custom bag of coffee through a website. Like my provider had the ability to do custom coffee bags, so I was going to do that as a collaboration with one other VTuber. But the coffee provider fell through. And so Orange Midas was going to be like soft, cozy coffee shop Midas. Yeah, no, it's forever a work in progress. Kind of like White Midas has a model completed, but the event that it was for got sacked, so I'm forever sitting on this asset that I don't know what to do with. You know what? It's probably for the best that Coffee Midas didn't end up being made, because then I'd be stepping in FaZe's territory more than technically I kind of am at some point. And I love the FaZe Connect girls to death, but at some point it gets tacky. I'm not trying to be a FaZe girl, if that makes sense, but I feel like sometimes I overlap a little too much, and it's uncanny to me. Like, I share Pippa's birthday, but it's like my actual IRL birthday. And when I found that out, that freaked me the fuck out. Because, well, the way I found out was that I was going to a merch provider to set up some birthday merchandise. And this person told me that they wouldn't be able to do it in time because they were working on Pippa's birthday merch at that time. And it's just like, oh my fucking god. Her community's gonna fucking kill me. So, it was only by circumstance that Uwu Market actually worked with me, in that time frame. So Uwu Market did my birthday merch, but, initially there was gonna be nothing for my birthday. That and I got really sick. So, like, initially, y'all were never gonna see my birthday. What are the chances? Like, here's the thing. I love Pippa, but every time a new coincidence pops up, like, it makes me a little scared to interact with her community more and more because it gets uncanny, right? But every interaction I've had with her personally, incredibly wonderful. She is sweet. I don't know if saying that makes it uncharacteristic, but she is very sweet. When I was going through my big dental issues a year ago, she was right there, like, in my comment sections, going like, hey, if your dentist is doing this, that's not fucking right. You gotta go do this, that, the other thing. Like, she was giving me sound dental advice. In general, I've had nothing but pleasant interactions with her herself, but her community scares me a little bit. And yeah, I don't want to poke that bear. Don't be shy, Necro. I am fucking terrified. You know who's nice? Who's interesting? Lumi. Lumi is very nice to play games with. I play Infinity Nikki with Lumi. Or at least I did. She hasn't been playing it recently. But when it launched, I put together a server with a couple of VTubers. And it was like 10 of us. We were all playing Infinity Nikki together. And that was a good time. Hey Midas, some of your videos will help me. Sorry, my mouth is. Sorry, my. Hey Midas, some of your videos have helped me a lot. Somebody I thought who was the one left me back in November, and I'm still utterly trashed from it. Your stuff helps me feel a bit better. Varian, I'm sorry you're here while I'm like at 30% capacity, but I'm genuinely happy that you're doing a bit better. Welcome in. Anyway, I'm drawing Nero. I'm drawing Nero, and I'm drawing evil. This will probably be the only fan art I ever have time to do for them. Initially, I was actually planning on doing, like an aged up. Ignore this. But I had, this pose instead that I was gonna use. I was gonna do an aged up Neuro and Evil Neuro and Evil. But as I was putting this together, I'm just sitting there and I'm like, do I really want to do that? The appeal is that they're sweet, silly, goofball little girls. They're just doing their best out there. They're babies. They're my daughters. If I age them up, that automatically kind of just insinuates like a sexualization to them. And while it would be an interesting exercise in character design, that's not a can of worms I really want to indulge in. I'd rather just, simple and sweet here. Now, I won't control how her communities, well, I guess it's not her, Vidal's community handles fan art made of her. But I don't want to contribute to potential Twitter fighting. Osu or Jump King? I'm not sure what Jump... Well, no. Yeah, I'm not sure what Jump King is. But I know that I'd rage quit playing Osu. I am no good at rhythm games. Right? I put the eyes in the wrong head. I think I want baseline Nero to be here. I want evil to be here. Aging them up would get old fast. Can somebody do one of those lame ass sound effects? What's your channels about? Mine personally? Well, Midas kind of started as a vent space on YouTube. It had nothing special going for it. I was literally crashing the fuck out because my regular VTuber activity just wasn't working. I'd been VTubing for multiple years at that point, and my philosophy in VTubing, like, I'd auditioned to 76 company auditions at that point, and I failed every single one of them. And my philosophy with VTubing was that I wanted to be palatable, I wanted to be idol-like, I wanted to be sweet and interesting and, very typical VTuber. Like everything that I had seen up to that point, kind of Hololive-esque. But in doing that, I kind of lost sight of the plot, and all of my opinions were kind of scrubbed away majorly to a degree. People didn't really know much about me myself. And I did a lot of things. I put in a lot of effort. I made lots of music. I did lots of art. But it kind of fell deaf on short ears, and I also had a lot of shit going on in my life at that point. And again, I crashed out. I crashed out hard. So I made a throwaway account, and that was this account. And I made a throwaway Vroid, and I just started venting to OBS. I would say a shitty thing, hit record, say a shitty thing, hit stop, hit record, say a shitty thing, and I just kept spamming record over and over and over again. Did that like 40 times until I had like this huge back of 30-second yapping, 30-second to 5-minute long yaps each. And I kind of used that like as a therapy exercise. Took them all into CapCut, just dragged them all in, and slowly just, tested out the software, listened to my own shit back, and it made me feel a little bit better hearing that kind of vitriol like pouring at me. And yeah, I kind of just bucket uploaded all of them at the same time because you can like grab all of them, upload them simultaneously. You can do that. You can batch upload on YouTube. And, just went through it, and it was a 0 subscriber channel. Nobody was supposed to know about any of this. A lot of the stuff I said was very embarrassing, and after it gained traction, there was a few things I actually had to private. But these were things that it was mentally ill behavior. I'm gonna be entirely honest. Like I admitted to many things that would get me excommunicated from a church. But it was a release, and I had nobody that I could tell these things to. I had friends that I could talk to, well, kind of, but I really didn't want them to see that kind of side of me. And I had family I cared for, but again, I wouldn't want to tell them that kind of stuff, And so I just let it out into the ether, a release, and it was gone. It was out of my mind. Felt better. It did wonders, right? And I'm not going to pay for fucking therapy. That's a scam, okay? Like, seriously, until she knows how she looks like Jay from Murder Drones. Okay, Danny plays stuff. I've been told that early on because of my color palette, and now more recently because of the pigtails, but I still haven't watched Murder Drones, and purely because people keep telling me that, I've refused to watch it. Kind of like how I refuse to watch, Watamote. People tell me that I look like the main girl from Watamote. I haven't watched that one because it's like the moment I watch these shows, I'm gonna crash out again because I'm gonna feel unoriginal. Anyway, so after closing the channel, I went back to business as usual. I went back to my regular VTubing activities on the wholesome side, and in like 2 or 3 days, they hit like the videos had hit algorithm, and they just flooded. I think the one that caught algo first was me freaking out about how I don't have autism, and I'm very angry that people keep accusing me of having autism. Yeah. Anyway, so from that point on, I had a hard choice to make. Because Midas is not Corpo friendly. Midas is really not Corpo friendly, so I kind of had to give up on my dream of going Corpo at that point. It's like, okay, well, I finally found indie success. I found kind of what I'm looking for. Maybe not what I'm looking for, but it's what I can do, and it's what I'm accidentally good at, and I have people that are going to see my stuff now. But this also means that because of what I'm saying, 100%, I'm never ever going to be picked up by anybody ever. And so, came to terms with that, and now we're here. Hello, found you through your video about not milestones. Oh. Reaching milestones. Also, I didn't think I murdered drones, so I saw your design, but I see the color scheme. I've also been told, Library of Runia, I think? Is Midas blue friendly? I have never ever been blue friendly. I hate the color blue. It's fucking nasty. Why would you waste my time with such a color? I just got too distracted by monologue and Mr. 100. Oh my fucking god, I better not have. Hold on. I was looking at the restream combined chats. I haven't been looking at the Jesus Christ! Thank you, Sneaky Cats. Period dot. Thank you for the $9.99. That... You know what that just did? That just saves my ass on the gas bill that I paid for the trip yesterday to save my stupid fucking sister. I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Please don't attract the Project Moonsleeper agents, Lamau. There was a website once called Scream Into the Void, which is straight up a fake microphone setup. Cute little flash animation and sound file getting sucked into the void, deleted forever, and into the black hole. It's a great form of therapy, and it's sad that it's gone. I do remember you getting canceled for the most minor things, and I remember that nothing ever happened for that drama because literally no one cared. I know, right? Kokonatsu? It's great. Library of Runia. Game is good, but the fan base is insufferable. Fair enough. I love Blue Woman. But not blue Dabudi. Midas is yellow, green, pink, maybe red one day if we all good and behave. Cora, Valorum, I adore you. This money can be used for a bottle of water. Came up, thank you for the 2 CHF. I read that as chief for a second. Thank you for the 2 whole chiefs. Thank you for 2 chiefs. I will use these 2 chiefs to their maximum potential. And I will get a bottle of water. A bottle of water. Midas! That's my goat right there, guys. Nah. Velorum. Green is a top tier color. True. We could be green for a little bit. That was the worst British accent. Oh, I can be worse. I can be absolutely worse. For a very brief period of time, I was trying out doing news tubing. Very brief. I kind of demoed it for a week, and I put on a fake British accent. It was so bad. And I showed it to my other VTuber associates, and every single one of them told me to kill it. They told me that it was the worst thing that I had ever done, and that it was terrible, and it was an offense to their ears. And you know what? I do agree. Shrek minus Shritus. 20 for rum? Let's fucking go. My accent. When do you turn green? Oh, so that you could chroma key, Michael Bolton's How Could We Be Lovers onto me. Anyway, let's get more drawings and let's speed up the sketching a little bit. Oh, thank you, Nick. Somebody for the. Thank you for the gift. Hey, Furnace. Hello. I do not know the context of that clip of Green Midas and Neuro history video. It was enough to make me look up the name. Oh. Fair enough. I know that I was in somebody's, like, neuro essay video. I was kind of surprised. And actually that gave me a little bit of unwanted attention because that video, that stream, it was kind of like me dipping my toes into explaining, like, basic reasons as to why I like Neuro, but I really didn't have, I didn't really go into depth. It was very surface level, and, again, I don't understand the technology behind her entirely perfectly well. I was explaining it to the best of my ability, but people came after me, to correct me, somewhat politely. Anyway. I will say it's polite. Thank you, Necro, for the 10 gifted. Hip. Oh my fucking god. What are you guys doing? I'm never gonna draw. I'm never gonna draw at this point. I'm never gonna get to fucking draw at this point. You guys are flashbanging me with so much shit. I appreciate it, but when am I gonna get to draw? I appreciate it. Thank you, guys. Let me, I never know how to handle ever getting donated to or supported because it's still very foreign to me, even a year later. But Hipster Hobbit, thank you for the 50 gifted memberships. Oh, I can't speak that kanji, but the elephant with 3 kanji in your name. Thank you for the 2,000 yen. Hi, Midas. I came across your content yesterday. I'm really enjoying your voice and the way you talk and think. The yen is kind of weak right now, but here's 2,000 yen worth of love from Japan. I adore you. It's not about the strength of your currency. I'm happy that you're here at all, and anything that is gifted helps out immensely because YouTube quite genuinely demonetizes like 80 to 90% of my uploaded video content because I like to swear. Entirely because I like to swear. So you guys do keep my channel on glorified life support with your generosity. And so I would never scoff at anything. Big, small, in between. No. I do appreciate it. Dragon Phoenix with the 199.99 trying to actually kill me, trying to give me an arrhythmia, trying to cause a brain clot. I haven't slept in 2 days, and you're going to drop $200 on my ass as if that won't cause light instability. Never gonna give you up, never gonna let you down, never gonna run, and it was a Rickroll! I'm gonna kill myself. Pork Shack, thank you for the 5 gifted. Argondo, thank you for the 10 gifted. And thank you for joining members. Jane, thank you for the 10 members. Am I gonna get to draw? Will I get this sketch done by the end of broadcast? Only time will tell. I think the sentiments behind caring for Neurosama is important to the human condition. We're giving you positive reinforcement. Nah! Give me 8 days and I toss it from me. So... please don't. I need a very mentally ill woman to simp for. What is drawing? Family. Making people commit isekai is the effect I have on people. That's insane. You're not allowed to be broke. Not anymore. The only thing broken is mind break tag. There shall be no draw. No! Stop paying me not to draw! I went to art school. This is the only real life skill I have. I mean, okay, I did, like, do piano for 13 years. So I would argue that I can compose. But this is my only skill that I like to claim. No draw, only money. No, I want to draw! Let me draw! No, I'm making Evil look a little bit too demure. She needs to look more upset. So yeah, 4chan shutting down on the same day Gura died, is my own personal 9/11. I spend way too much time ego searching on there, and I don't have an equivalent alternative because I refuse to use, the one website that I've refused to name out loud, because that is, keep giving your money quick. Shut up, Necro! Shut up! I don't want... Well, I mean, I always appreciate the money, but I don't want your money! I want to draw! Me too. Did you know that baby is a fully 20-hour round trip? Somebody needs to make the long drive Great White North edition. Jeffrey Epstein, my Oshi, I adore you. Thank you for the bye. When is your flight law? When is your next round trip flight happening? I missed your last 20 of them. Only woman who doesn't mind it being small. That's crazy. Look, I'm gonna say this as a kissless virgin. All Pinot is probably all right. They say size matters. Well, you know what size matters the most? Being able to have any size at all. Yeah, I've lost the plot. I've lost the plot, chat. It's so over. Glad the family's safe. Did you know that a baby is a fully baked cream pie? Cheers, Midas. Cornfeed, thank you for the 10. And I'm going to drop that line sometime this week during Easter. I'm from a third world shithole, so I can't super a large amount of money. Yana P. Thank you for the 125 P. I'm not sure exactly what denomination that is, but I'm feeling the love and appreciation. Never feel less than, because your supa is not the color you would prefer it to be. Midas, draw. Thank you for the 20, Mr. Rith. I'm gonna draw. I'm drawing. I can tell you'll mourn R9K. Isn't her being a little pathetic while we're all here? Shut up, Steelheart! Pathetic, more like patriotic. All hail Canada. Oh, you guys just want to fucking kill me. You guys just want to fucking kill me. That's entirely what this is. Nick, somebody... Am I a weird freak for telling you guys to stop gifting? I'm never gonna get anything fucking done. I appreciate it. Thank you. I mean, hey, 50 more people to see the members' broadcasts, I guess. The members' game casts. Please don't draw. I'm only here for the audio. You know what? Out of spite, thank you for the 10. Out of spite, I'm going to draw now. Chat, I'm going to spite Equalizer Jet exclusively, and I'm going to draw. And I'll get back to supas and donations and whatnot if it needs to happen in a bit. I'm just gonna draw. I'm just gonna draw a little bit. What in the fuck? That's what I said, odd. Odd? Yeah. Blasted ramen. Why are you meowing? Anyway. Yeah, family. Insert, that meme. Family. No drawing in my drawing stream. I'm going to kill you. I'm going to... When will I be allowed to draw on my own goddamn channel? You hilariously lasting, bombastic pieces of shit. I want to... Oh, shit. Sorry. They... Going to the doctors, they scanned the inside of my head and they found nothing. Anyway. I'm gonna crash out. I'm gonna fucking crash out. missing 4chan because I lurk in a niche thread for romantic stories catering to men. It was nice and cozy. Well, that's a bit sad. In a slash wholesome way. Could watch Midas draw any day. Dennett! Hello, hello. Coughing in her face, Tuscany. I'm sorry! I thought I leaned far enough away from the mic. How did you make your model look nice from the down to up angle? I can't take the credit for that. My 3D model artist Win on Twitter gets all the credit for making the angles work. I just drew the initial model. Thank you for constantly showing teeth. It's a great look. I like my fangs. Actually, the fangs weren't part of the original design. The 3D modeler just added them. She just straight up was like, you know what would be great? As well? Hold on. The black nail polish. I didn't ask for that. She just added that, and that's so inspired. That is so inspired because I fucking love black nail polish, but I bite my nails too much in real life. I bite them down to the nail beds. When I'm stressed. So, like, my hands are in a perpetual state of being exposed fleshy nail beds. And it's very painful. So I can never really use nail polish. I can only use fake nails on top of my nails to try and let my real nails grow back underneath. Actually, currently, earlier, 2 days ago, I put on fake nails. They all came off during the car ride. So I have my sponge beds exposed right now. Yeah. Also, one thing that Win did that I didn't ask for and I was so impressed by was look at the back of the hair. The pattern. That is so fucking cool. Makes me feel snazzy. Can I put my boots back on? Thank you. Ignore my leaning. Ignore my broken body. It's broken for you. But yes. If we're looking at the model right now for some reason, thigh mole, tasteful. Stomach. It's a little broken right now, but trust me, it's tasteful. Anyway, let's draw. Granny is... Why is everybody calling me Granny? Will you ever give me up? I will never give you up, eh? Skirt link's interesting. Well, it looks a bit busted because my model is kind of glitched at the moment because I didn't properly set everything up. But it's a skirt that's kind of open like a kilt. I love you, but fucking stop. Keep yapping, it makes our day better, Granny. Oh, it was you, Tommy! Thank you for the 5. You have some of the best drinking I've ever seen. I requested specifically one thing. Well, okay, multiple things. But I wanted my mouth to be highly responsive. To be able to move back and forth like that. Wow, 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 wow. And I wanted my pupils to shrink when my eyebrows went up so that I could organically, you know, emote just a little bit closer to how I move in real life. Because in real life, I move very mentally illy. And it's off-putting to people. Because I do just move this much in real life. Like, and when I have my hand tracking set up, you can't see it now, but I am talking like a goddamn Italian. My hands are always moving. But the upside is that translates incredibly well to VTubing. So I win. And when putting my assets together, it was like, okay, well, I want to take full advantage of the technology, so it's very important that I have this, 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 and this. My philosophy with VTubing is that it doesn't matter how nice the model looks, because you can have the most expensive artwork in the whole wide world, most expensive 3D asset, most expensive whatever, but if your tracking is ass, you're going to be boring. Nobody's going to want to watch. But even if you have a hideous model, but the tracking is immaculate, you can keep people's attention. Well, let me just reset my tracking real quick. And then I'm going to catch up on chat because I've been looking away from the screen on purpose. I can see why he rubbed you with sandpaper now. Excuse me, what the fuck is that supposed to mean? The super taco? Too. Broken and true VTuber style, just like we can. Thank you for the 100 DKK! Argondo. Midas be getting the Arab money. I'm not sure what Arab money is. It's not ruble. That's Russian, isn't it? But thank you for the 5R. Maximos. I'm new. Question, why do your eyes look like that? Oh, I answered that. Sorry, Super Taco. Thank you for 2. First stream, not disappointed. Here's more guilt. The millionth man, thank you for the 2, but this is a broadcast, not a stream. We don't stream on this channel. Ignores, I would love to see you draw. I'm getting there, Mr. Rip. Thank you for the 10. The moment you said you need gas money and still have pertussis, what did you expect to happen? You deserve this. No, I don't deserve jack shit. And I never said that I needed gas money. I genuinely never said I needed it. I'm just saying that I appreciated everything up to this point, and it'll go to subsidizing that now. All the bigs seem to get annoyed when given money. Thank you, Knight, for the 10, and all right. I'm gonna focus this time. R in South African is rang interesting. Said someone rubbed your arms in sandpaper and you hit them with a frozen water bottle? Yeah, I did that in high school. Asking for a friend, how would you make a VTuber creature with a beak face? I would look into specifically old Disney content, but like, okay, fuck Disney first off. But think Robin Hood and Dumbo, they have crow characters with beaks. Use that as your frame of reference for how to make a character with an animated beak. Keep reading the soupas. You didn't see the big one. What big? Okay, one more round of reading real quick. And I genuinely gotta draw. I'm running out of time. Remember, kids, no drawing. No, I read that one. 1000 ARS. I'm being gaslit. I'm 100% being gaslit. Made you look. Shut up, S-Man. Can't spend much because I spent a lot on Uji clothes. Hell yeah. Like the brat I am. Yes, you are. I ain't gonna pass up a chance to bully you. Fuck you, Umbre. Thank you for 5. It's almost an hour and Midas only managed to draw the eyes and the mouth. I'm going to kill myself! How much Adderall have you taken? You might need to dose to start drawing. I don't take Adderall. Okay, let's draw. I at least want to get the sketch done before before I move on. Hi, Midas. Good to see that you're piss covered. Hi, Lucid Dwarf. I'm not piss covered. Maybe everything looks yellow to you because it got in your eye, you know? I was gonna say something earlier. Oh yeah, family. The topic I wanted to talk about today. Just piss colored. Hi, Para. But yes, well, honestly, before my sister had her crisis, I don't like holidays. I genuinely don't like holidays a lot because they terrify me. I get very nervous because historically bad things tend to happen, like on my birthday, on Christmas, on whatever, because it's just too chaotic. And the last little while, holidays have been going good, but this year, Easter, I've got this weird sinking pit in my stomach that won't seem to go away. Like, it's this weird paranoia that I can't shake. And already I'm starting to be proven right. Hi, Midas. Hi, Andrew Gajo. Hi, Mexican Midas. What the fuck? Have you ever thought about playing that new Indiana Jones game? I refuse to touch that with a 10-foot fucking clown pole, okay? Even if it wasn't, I hate to say this because it makes me sound like a weird right-wing grifter. Even if it wasn't woke bullshit, I say woke bullshit as somebody who's left-leaning, okay? I mean this in the purest way possible. Even if it wasn't woke bullshit. I just have personal beef with Indiana Jones video games and with anything owned by Disney. Anything that has even like a minuscule percentage ownership by BlackRock. So no. No, the only Indiana Jones games I'm gonna play are the ones that were made before the Disney buyout. Yeah, well, all right then. Sorry, Voidwalker. Midas saying the big words. Disney, derogatory. It's interesting because I am probably the most liberal person in my family, which is saying something because I'm Canadian, but you might not feel like it because of how I speak on YouTube. Yesterday wasn't the pit of your stomach event. No, but yesterday proved me right. I still feel like it's just gonna get worse. But no, quite genuinely, I have a family that is very, 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 very almost America-pilled levels of right-wing. And it is what it is. They're who I grew up with, they're who I'm surrounded by, and I love them dearly, even if I don't agree with a lot of what they say, at least personally. I mean, outwardly, I will 100% agree to their face with what they're saying, because I'm very good at walking the walk and talking the talk to save my ass. But online, I'm a bit more candid with my feelings, and even then, I still feel like I'm a lot more right-leaning than my leftist contemporaries. Yeah. World is ending. Neat. Bye, y'all. Wait, is something going on? Wait, what did I miss? Fuck BlackRock. All my homies hate BlackRock. Oh, fuck BlackRock. And Dinomanic, thank you for the 250 bits. Here's some bits to stop coughing on us and draw. Bet. Midas, I'm sorry, your family's America-pilled. It is what it is. I love them a lot. It's just interesting cognitive dissonance. Centrist Midas. Okay, I hate to call myself a centrist, even if it's probably closer to the truth of the matter. I call myself a center extremist, if that makes sense, because my views are very strongly on one side and the other. I don't really have any neutral views, which is typically what people associate with centrists. People typically, when they say centrist, they think fence sitter that can't decide how they feel about an issue. But for me, it's more like I very strongly agree with one right-wing opinion and very strongly agree with one left-wing opinion, and then it goes back and forth. And it means that a lot of the times I come up against issues where I contradict myself and I have to figure things out. And I can never really make up my mind. When push comes to shove, I do typically see myself leaning slightly more left because of just the eclectic nature of things. But, like, I'm pro-death penalty, right? I'm very strongly pro-death penalty, but I'm also anti-abortion. And typically, if you're anti-abortion, you're also anti-death penalty. Or if you're pro-abortion, you're, well, most people are actually anti-death penalty. I think I'm just a monster for that one. But because I'm anti-abortion, I get a lot of people on the left who really, really don't like that particular point of view. And you know what? I can respect it. I can genuinely respect them being strong in their conviction and their beliefs. Um, and I'd be lying if I said that probably a lot of my belief system is heavily informed by the fact that I grew up in a very, very, very religious household. Um, and some of that I've unpacked, some of it I haven't. Some of it still influences me, and some of it I've let go. Um, I'll never really know who I am at the core. What is at the core of Midas? That's the gag. I don't even know. The problem with death penalty is there'll always be human mistakes. Here's the thing, Art Shadow. Here's the thing. If I'm the one making the decisions, it doesn't matter. Because if there's mistakes, they're not mistakes because I made them. uh, like, may I find your core? Like, my family is very, like, and surprisingly for being Canadian, entirely, my family is very, 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 very strongly, anti anything, transgender movement. Very strongly, like, vehemently. It is the common belief in my family that if you are transgender or, transsexual or anything trans adjacent, or part of that community, that you're a pedophile and that you should actually be killed. Like, I grew up with that as the sentiment. Like, that is genuinely just the very commonly held belief in my household. Um, but I personally don't feel that way. Um, that being said, when it comes to Christmas dinner and everybody's talking about it, I will say what I fucking need to not start an argument. But this also means that, like, I consistently come up with having to confront with how I feel about certain topics over others, you know? Yeah. It is what it is. It's more fascinating than upsetting, if it makes sense. And at the end of the day, regardless, like, this sounds like such a cop out and a cuck thing to say, but even though I don't agree with a lot of what my family says, I do agree with what a lot of my family says too. And I love them to bits. And I wouldn't give them up for the world. I I quite love my family. A lot. And I am also a flawed individual. There's nothing perfect about me. Um and all we can do is work every day to be better and move forward with the people in our lives. I live very isolated in a community in the middle of nowhere, so all I have is my family. I don't really have that many friends. I don't have romantic partner interests, whatever. The community is tiny. I live in a glorified village. So what up, Midas? What up, Blue Love? So my family's really all I got. So if I was to be combative about things, then I would kind of lose everything, you know? I'd have no support system. I'd have no people I care about. And I think being alone, even if you have an audience online, is still, I think it's a fate worse than death for me. I think if I ever um crashed out and I lost access to my family, um I I would be in an irreparable spot. You'd probably never see me again online, honestly. And it's interesting to me that online, I don't see that as a common sentiment. Like, a lot of people don't feel that way about their families. And that's not their fault, not your fault, you know. But, a lot of people are more often than not, their convictions, their personal belief systems take a higher precedence than their family units. And I just never can, like, I'm not saying this is a judgment thing, but I genuinely, personally can't understand that. Because that's not my life. I haven't lived it. I don't see the value in living that kind of life, personally. Because I know without my family, I'd be nothing. And to a degree, I still feel like, even with them, I'm a little bit of nothing. So people, whenever I bring this up online, it's always a lot of, you need to stick up for what you believe in. If they love you, then they won't care. Well, yes and no, but I like to keep the peace, and I like to make the people I love happy. And I don't know. It's difficult. It's difficult. Yeah. What I think is interesting is when we start to crossbreed different issues. Like let's say, actually, no, I'm not going to talk about that specific kind of political issue because even though I have a very solid opinion on it, I think that's not something I want to talk about on my channel right now. Why is she pissed? Shut up, the lamb. So, Midas, how did you learn art? Any tips, tricks, or any good advice? I started drawing when I was very little. I drew a lot of Full Metal Alchemist fan art and a lot of Tokyo Ghoul fan art, and then a lot of Persona 5 fan art, and then I drew a lot of Genshin Impact porn. And then I went to art school. Actually, I went to art school while I was drawing the Genshin Impact porn. But yeah, to improve, genuinely the best advice I could ever give you, become obsessed with something. Find something that you love, like a fan base or something, pick a character, and just draw them over and over again. Like, brainworm them, be obsessed with them, and you will find your art improving exponentially because you are accidentally practicing artwork by being obsessed. Yeah, what? Oh, Necro, no, I drew a lot of Genshin Impact hentai. Look. Kaya needs to be impregnated to the point of his lower belly inflating, okay? He needs to become flated real bad, okay? It's that is very important. And he also needs to be gagged like a bitch. I'm suddenly viscerally reminded of the fact that you guys fucking for my birthday, the community got Kaya's voice actor to wish me a happy birthday. And they told him that I was saying shit like that. And so in his happy birthday message to me, he hit me with a good old 1-2 where he confronted me about saying that I would like to impregnate Kaya Albrecht. I don't think I'll ever come back from that, honestly. I think that's permanent psychic damage. I thought we said no Omegaverse earlier in stream. Well, I don't want him to actually give birth. I just want him to be filled with the seed. Anyway. That's enough of that. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I promise I'm more normal. Sakana should hire Midas so we can see the Emek Clara collab with Midas. You know what? If Sakana was gonna hire me, it would have happened by now because I've applied to Face Connect 4 times. And 4 times is kind of my limit. I've applied to Hollow, like... Okay, maybe 6 times for Hollow. But... I feel like I don't like beating down people's doors, if that makes sense. Because at some point it just gets obsessive and creepy and weird, you know? And fuck, I've already sent off 76 auditions. Again, I'm washed in terms of being able to ever go Corpo, so I give up on that front. That is a dead dream. You know how, like, Yagu's dream is dead? About having his beautiful idol VTubers? You know how his dream's dead? My Corpo dream is dead. At least now, these days. I want to stream in my feed. Who are you, strange inflation woman? Don't you fucking call me inflation woman! This isn't a pyro stream. This is a Midas broadcast. Didn't Suise try like 12 times? 76. I'm sorry. I kind of wiped the floor. I wiped the floor with Suise. I spit on. I don't spit on Suise. I wiped the spit off her and I apologize. She's very pretty and sweet. Yeah. No, but Corpo's been my dream for like many years. It's been the dream of many VTubers, but some people just aren't built for it. Remember, kids, clip this broadcast. Stop it. Thank you for the 500 ARS, but don't. I mean, I guess you can, but you fucker, I hate you. Sneaky Cast, thank you for the 50. I don't think those positions are contradictory. Fair enough, red hair cross. Core of amputation. Shut the fuck up, Para. Shut the fuck. No, you know, okay, so Paradigm is one of the people that I've known for many years, and the moment that Para found out that I had an amputation fetish was the most awkward shit. For reference, Para doesn't have a hand. Look, having no limbs is incredibly... There's something there, okay? There's something there. No arms, no legs, no resistance. But that's how you know a friendship is strong, when you can get past that hurdle. Oh god. Necro, have you watched my fucking V-Roid shorts? The ones that... This is how I blew up in the beginning. I talked about... I just call you a Harry Potter fan. You want an owl. I am... How dare you? How dare you call me a fucking millennial? I do want a pet owl, but not in like a Harry Potter kind of way. Have you played Katawa Shoujo yet? Ayumi told me that I need to play that game. Midas wants a backpack boy. You're right. I'm so fucking cooked. This is gonna be the broadcast of all time. I gotta go to bed. I'm so sorry for scaring you away, Celtic Jams. I always wondered who was watching amputations, but that was me. I'm into Should I do the list? Should I do the list? I think this is gonna make everybody think that I don't shower. I think that's what this is gonna accomplish. I'm so fucking good. What the fuck is going on? Take on one stream. Thank you for the 100 next. MXN. Not like we've thought highly of you. Shut the fuck up, Lucidor. Why am I doing this during the Neurosama art broadcast? I feel like I'm defiling my precious baby girl by saying all of these heinous things in her presence. I'm just glad that she's never going to watch this broadcast. I actually, you know what? You know what? Because I'm so sure that she will never see any of this shit, why don't we do the fetish list, okay? Please, no list. Halroth, close your ears. Are you fucking yellow? Just tinted. Bro, I've seen you in a bunny suit with a bunny mask breaking a glass plate window with a crowbar. Ah, somebody's behind on the lore. Anyway, so, I like femboys. I do like femboys. While I joke about impregnating Kai, it's less the impregnation aspect of it, because I don't actually want I don't want male pregnancy. I just like him being bred, if that makes sense. Amputee, very good, very good, very good. Headless. Headless is very good. Um, what else is there? Specifically, brain fucking. That one's pretty good. Like when you stick it in through the ear or through the eye socket. Very tasteful. Very tasteful. Many things especially. This one's. Hi, Praj. Maybe I just shouldn't talk anymore. Actually, maybe I shouldn't talk. Yeah, this is a psyop. I'm out of here. I'm literally a federal agent. My character design is literally a government agent. I don't know what you expected. You know what? I'm not talking about this anymore. No, I'm not into piss or scat. I could not be any less into those. Those are actually like my 2 lines in the sand. 3 lines in the sand. Piss, scat, and underage. Like, no. Those are kind of my off limits. Everything else is like... Yeah. But no, those 3, it's like, no, that's my line in the sand. You've given me a 1,000-yard stick. Congrats. I am so sorry for traumatizing everybody here. You came to a Midas broadcast. Were you genuinely expecting something wholesome? Are you pro Dullahan then, or do you have to be actually decapitated? Oh, no, I'm both. I'm for both. She set up ethical cannibals for the... Oh, yeah, no, literally, I had a short where I was talking about cannibalism. Where I literally... Okay, I don't want to be an organ donor when I die. I want to set it up as such so that when I die, that I can be used by necrophiles. Necrophiles and cannibals. Because, hear me out, this is probably the only way they'll ever get to experience that kind of thing, like, ethically and legally, yes? Otherwise, they would have to go through hoops, through less than savory means. I think that that would be a wonderful act of charity for me to do. Whereas, like, organ donors, like, those are a dime a dozen. There's a billion organ donors out there. Chad, I'm so cooked. I'm so cooked. I'm so sorry. Donate your parts to science instead, please. Your relatives better get a lot of money. Aren't you covered in piss? No, I'm not! No, I'm not! It's an act of charity and I'm 100% against. Are you saying you don't like charity? Are you against charity? Chat, kill this motherfucker for being against charity. Anyway, that said, I do want to clarify. I want to roll back on everything right now for a second, like real hard stop on like the weird shit. And I want to make it very clear that these are all good fantasy things. Okay? These are all things that are good in theory and your mind palace and all that kind of stuff. But in actuality, I do not want people to take this as a call to action. I have had issues in the past where people have taken things that I've said in shorts and taken it a little bit too far. Not naming names, but you don't bring me joy by committing self-harm. Ever. Okay? That doesn't make me happy like you think it does. If anything, that makes me very upset because I've worked very hard in fostering a community that is built around, I hate to sound cringy and say self-improvement, but I'm trying to be better. Personally. I'm cutting out all of the weird shit that I'm into. I'm trying to lose weight. I'm trying to get strong. I'm trying to eat better. And along the way, I'm kind of hoping that I'm dragging you with me. Yes? Because while I have shit wrong with me, I'm not trying to girl failure max here, right? I'm trying to be better. And I when I see people hurt themselves because they think that's something that I want, or I see people just allowing themselves to indulge in harmful behavior because they think that it's quirky or they think that it's something that would be in character for me, that it kind of negates the whole point of me being here, right? And Midas started existing because I needed an outlet to make myself feel better, to be better. And it started out in a bad, dark place. It wasn't to make other people feel worse. So, all that crazy shit aside, just because you feel these kinds of things in this kind of way, don't let it define you and who you are. Girl rehab maxing, that's crazy. Like, I think blood is attractive. I think blood is interesting. But I think it was a misunderstanding of that led to that specifically. At university, I wrote like a whole paper, a whole thesis on preservation of organic material in the art world, like turning blood into oil paint, and the processes to do that, of taking remains and ethically transforming them into permanent pieces that are protected throughout the ages. But that got kind of mistaken as like a fetish blood play thing, I think. I mean, there is like, I do like blood play as a fetish, like, don't get me wrong, that's really fucking cool, but I'm not gonna harvest from my community. No, the only thing I'm gonna ask from my community is that if you wear an outfit that is Midas inspired, like that's black and yellow, take a cool ass selfie, like hiding your face and doing like a cool like pose, because that shit rocks. I love it when people are like doing Hercules ass poses. Why do you like blood? Any clues? I mean, why do I like decap? Why do I like Guro? Why do I like any of these things? Actually, I have an insight as to why I probably like a lot of those fucked up things. Early internet exposure, almost exclusively. And the fact that I live in the middle of nowhere and I've got no exposure to anything normal. One, I miss you, bro. I miss one, too. Yeah, one, two. Early on, there was, a Guro hentai that was sent to me early, like before I was really into anime and manga. I was like, it was like 2009, maybe 2010. I was like 10 or 11 years old, and a very fascinating individual was exposing me to bad material frequently. Specifically, the manga My Chan's Daily Life. That it was like the first time I'd ever seen Guro, and the first time I'd ever seen it in like a sexual context and all that. And it was genuinely very traumatizing. Like it was Guro, it was rape, it was bad, right? But it was also like a train wreck that you couldn't look away from, and it sat in my mind for years, and it never went away. I genuinely think exposure to that changed me fundamentally as a person. Not for the better. And I was terrified of it. Like, I was disgusted by it too. And so when I started developing, like, inclinations towards that kind of content, I was, like, freaking out. Because it's just, like, I didn't want that. But, like, I found it attractive. Yeah. You say sorry? This is the ahistorical Midas broadcast, Lamau. Yeah. I don't know, just... I feel like it's the same thing for, like, lesser extreme things. Like, I know that a lot of people say that Space Jam was their furry awakening, right? Wait, does your mom watch this live stream? My mother does not. She's very bored by these kinds of things. Let me guess, your favorite game is Andy and Lele? I'm not into incest, sorry. I'm into lots of things, but incest isn't actually one of them. How did you even get here? I don't know. I thought this was going to be a wholesome broadcast where I talk about my family. It was for a little bit, and now we're here. This is a very typical Midas cast. I'm so sorry. No, I'm not actually. Fuck you guys. Book on Knife Play. I know that's another channel. Interesting. Anyway. People are into weird shit. They do weird things to people. And I'm very protective of, like, kids because of this. Because... like, incest is the tamest thing compared to the rest. Yeah, well, it's also, like, the weirdest one to me because I have 5 siblings of various different ages. And just, as a concept, that's so gross to me. Androids are hot, though. My favorite Android is the Nikes. I love Androids. First stream I've got some... I'm sorry, Mikado. I do genuinely promise I am usually less degenerate. I'm genuinely, typically less degenerate. But I also am very candid, unfortunately. Can we talk about something wholesome? I want to talk about... Yeah. Let's talk about something wholesome. Neuro and Evil probably had to deal with this in their data trading. More girl conversations, please. That's crazy. All right, I'm gonna stop looking at the chat for just. Oh, I'm sorry, I accidentally hit the mic. Oh, I didn't realize there was. Hi to all 300 people on YouTube and 100 people on Twitch. I'm sorry. I'm gonna catch up with Supas, and then I want to talk a bit about Neurosama. Mr. Rith, you're too far in this hole now. No going back. Ah. DZ. Thank you for the 15 myrrh. Midas's touch turns things to gold. Midas is extra golden today. You can connect the dots. Umbre, thank you for the 2. Can I call dibs on that? I don't remember which you were talking about, but I think you were talking about the necrophilia. That's crazy! It'll be for none of my subscribers out of spite. And Mr. Rith, my respect for you is only increased. I made the right choice hopping on. Welcome to the shit show. Just gonna cry again. Now, Beetle is interesting. She hates us. Necro? No, I despise all of you. You're all disgusting. Horrifying, even. No. No, I don't know. I could never really be into Guro, though, because honestly, that's a bit of a degenerate thing. I could never see anybody truly being into Guro. That's something for us subhumans. Subhumans are into Guro. Like, could you imagine? Could you imagine? It's almost as bad as liking the color blue. Who these days likes the color blue? That's some weird shit. I'm telling you what. I'm telling you what. That's just some weird, weird shit. I could never, ever be into the color blue. And I could never be into Guro. Started better face care last week. My face is still catered like the moon. Still cratered mostly, but the hardness decreased from quartz level to something more soft. How are you faring in that department? Hey, Flame Melons, and thank you for the 20. I had to stop for a few days because I ran out of my face wash, and immediately, um, a lot of my blackheads started coming back. So, and like, my skin got a weird like bumpy texture to it, and it got super itchy. So I'm back on the face washing thing, and while it's not like solving all of my bad acne problems, it is solving some of them. So I'm still gonna stick to my face washing routine. Now, Beetle is interesting. I always wonder, like, why the turtle? You know, like I'm sure he's explained it, and I've just missed it. But there's no way I can catch up with all the content. I'm slowly catching up on the Neurosama backlog, but you know, there's some that's just lost to time at this point. Why a turtle? And he's got that kind of like, I hate to say it, but he's kind of got like that autism riz, like that autistic riz. Is that what the kids call it these days? I'm personally not attracted to him like some of the anime women on the internet are. I think he's like, he reminds me a little bit of one of my older brothers, ones that I call highly pleasant. Yes? Strangely highly pleasant. I feel like I could sit down with him and have like an interesting conversation about cancelable politics. But he doesn't seem very romantic. Like he's like cute, but like in like a pet kind of way. You know? He's cute in a pet kind of way. Must depart, Miss Core of Kaya Inflation Woman. I'll try and catch another stream or something. It's a broadcast, but thank you and have a good one, Steelheart. Beetle is Black Cat and single dad energy. Yeah! No. More than... Like, I kind of just want to get him, like, get his opinion on just, like, the state of technology and how it develops in general. I kind of just want to, like, pull his brain into strings. I know that I also want to, like, talk to Neuro. I'll never get to talk to Neuro. I would love to talk to Neuro. Never gonna get to. I'm not gonna... I've reached out once in a DM trying to set something out, and I'm not going to try again because double tapping is cringe as fuck. Oh shit, the wrong outfit on the wrong girl. But yeah, I feel like if in a dream scenario I was able to converse with the girls, I'd love to just like do art with them. I'd love to play a game with them. I'd love to talk. I'd love to see how they operate, you know, in a conversation, just one-on-one, talking about silly shit. I don't know, maybe talk about world economics. I'd like to talk about the price of gold with Evil specifically. I'd like to talk about the price of gold with Evil Sama. Yeah. I'd like to talk about the price of gold, the World Economic Forum, BlackRock, and building custom weapons. You know what I'd like to do? I'd like to have the girls on a stream broadcast. I'd like to have the girls on a broadcast with Beetle, and I'd like to just sit down and, like, design a weapon with them. I think that would be cool. Because I have my resin printer now, so I could, like, 3D print custom weaponry. You gonna crash the gold market, Midas? Okay, unironically, I know that it's a big joke. Haha, Midas, gold touch. there is like a different tie that I have to gold in the gold market. My family really is invested. Not invested as like we have a ton of money in it, but invested emotionally in watching the price of gold rise and fall for some reason. We have like a weekly betting pool where we all put in like a couple of nickels and dimes into like this mason jar. And we, on a list, we have like all of our names on our family. Like we have like a piece of paper, it's like a grocery list, and then beside each of our names, we write down what we think the price of gold is going to close at the end of the week in the markets. I'm kind of lazy. I always say winning -2 because I don't want to have to think about what number it is. But whoever is closest to when the market closes for the week, they win all of the money in the jar. And so typically, what's the price of gold right now currently? Who's winning? We typically use goldprice.org. Okay, currently it is 3315. Okay, so this is US dollars per ounce. So $3,315 per ounce of gold right now. So that would mean my oldest brother is currently winning. Boss, if you start 3D printing, you're gonna put me out of a job then. I gotta use that 3D printer y'all bought me. Okay? Beetle does not like the competition, though, so if you collab with any other AI VTubers, be ready for that. I mean, I haven't, so, I mean, that's genuinely not an issue. But yeah, the price of gold is interesting because I actually did an art piece for based around the concept in university. Because and it was like a man in agony made out of molten gold. The price of gold is often directly reflected by the state of world politics. Chat BlackRock heard me. Black. BlackRock heard me talking about investing in gold and they shut me down. The government is trying to silence me. Invest in gold. This is not financial advice, by the way. Don't go into debt investing in gold right now. Actually, if you don't already own gold, now is a bad time to buy because it is actually doing a spike. You will fuck yourself over if you buy it now because we're going to expect a dip soon. But buy gold. Buy gold. Aurum est potestas. Gold is power, as Artemis Fowl would say. Hello, saw your old video on female privilege and it helped me a lot personally. Don't know much about virtual YouTubers, but I hope you succeed. Mr. Echo, thank you for the 5 and thank you for stopping by. I'm glad that you're here. I am not a very typical VTuber. Yeah, I'm so sorry. If you come into the scene expecting a lot of people like me, you're gonna see some people like me. But I think I'm worse than most of them. Artemis Fowl mentioned restart the clock, kill yourself. Gold bar or I never buy before. Coin. Buy coins. Or in ounces. Personally, like we've been told from the very beginning, like as a Vito would probably much more like to talk about tech, fair enough. Might as well broadcast instead of stream because I am a YouTuber. And on YouTube, you broadcast yourself. That was the subtitle of the website for so many years, and I miss it, and I love it. So I'm a broadcaster, and I'm broadcasting myself. Why are we drawing Neuro Twins? Because I love the Neuro Twins. Anyway, oh god, I forget what I was talking about at this point. Hey Midas, how's it going? It's going alright. Yeah, I've lost the plot, chat. I don't remember anymore. But yes, I'd like to design weapons with the girls, and I'd like to talk boring old people shit with Beetle. Why do you need 2 reference pictures for twins, though? Oh, shut the fuck up, Costs. It was Grove to Family Gold. I watch Midas not because you VTube, because you are artist. Darkness, you are genuinely just, you are my favorite. You are my favorite chatter. Kind of like how out of my 2 chats, YouTube and Twitch, YouTube is my favorite, and everybody knows this. I love my YouTube audience more than my Twitch audience, and my Twitch audience has to earn my love and respect. Darkness is my favorite viewer. Twitch bros, it is so over for you. I'm not gonna finish this sketch before the end of broadcast. I am so upset with myself. I get way too easily distracted because of you. Yeah, don't you perma emote me. Oh my, oh, I'm really snotty right now. What the fuck? Got 15 minutes? You know what? Fuck it. Fuck it. We're speed sketching. Come on, let's do the... We'll do the base of the outfits. Base of the outfits. Okay. I may never collab with my favorite virtual daughters. I may never talk boring old people shit and drink with Beetle. But I can draw them, and then I can move on and never talk about it again. Because talking about it more than once is strange and exploitative. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to say people specifically, because I do love a lot of other content creators that do this kind of content, but React content is very lazy. I'm just gonna get a tissue. React content is very lazy, and I've been seeing a lot more an uptick in it. Oh my god, my snot. What the fuck? An uptick in it recently in the VTuber scene, and I've been not like I've been requested to do React content, especially to something like Neuro. It just feels so fake, you know? What do you mean BlackRock got me? Ignore React tubers. Here's the thing. 1 or 2 VTubers that I'm close to does a lot of React content. And I love them, right? But it's one of those things, you know? Kind of like how some people get really into ASMR and some people really get into React content. They make it their whole identity and then they do nothing else, and it just... I don't know. I get reacting to 1 or 2 things, or if you're doing a super duper like subathon where you have to be going for 24/7 for days on end, you need something to do and you kind of want to chill and watch something. I get that. I get that. But uploading every single video to your channel being a reaction of somebody else's video and they're reacting to something else and it's somebody's baseline piece of content, it's why I personally can't watch people like Smug Alana. She's very sweet and very silly, but I cannot watch any of her content. It bothers me, and I hate it when flesh tubers do it too. Honestly, the lack of React content is part of this channel's appeal. It's very incestuous, exactly. Like, if somebody's reacting to my content, I'll watch it, because I'm an ego searcher. But It seems sinister to me. So that you'll never catch me wanting to react to Neurosama's contact on stream unless we're doing like a 24-hour subathon and I'm tired as fuck moment, right? And so this probably quite literally, unless this plot thread comes back into action, be the last time I talk about Neuro for a while. You know? Because yeah. Specifically her, it bugs me because I've been seeing like all over my feed. All I'm seeing, like I earlier today, I saw like 3 videos while I was sitting in the car of just people reacting to Neuro, and it's just like I hate that. Why not just like make content about her as an idea or addressing her? And it's like, no, you're just watching the content. If I wanted to watch the content, I'd just go to the channel. Yeah, it pisses me off. Midas ain't ever doing a subathon. You don't know that. You don't know that. Maybe I could. Probably. One day. What? You need to wind down with your constitution. A 24-hour broadcast would kill you. Here's the thing. I've done 12... I've done... You guys haven't seen it, but I have done 12-hour broadcasts before. Yeah, do y'all think this is a good place to ask for life advice? Yeah, go for it. You might not get any answers, but you can try. Ouroboros, the effect of React content. Exactly. I have a way to segue into the future Neuro and Evil. What do you think the ability of both the developing and assigning emotive content a future to certain stimuli? I think I get what you're saying. You mean maybe stimuli as in like organic stimuli? Like, the only type of React content that works for me is the actual professional and artistic field examines this. Oh, Callow, you're actually cooking with that. But yeah, I want to see the girls one day be placed inside of some advanced robotics, like not the Tesla bot shit, but like, you know, the ones that are fully articulated and can run around. I think that would be so cool to watch them like interact with the real world. I think ultimately that is like the one thing I really, 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 really want to see out of Vidal's content in the future is them getting full human bodies. Which seems like, you know, whatever, but I think that's honestly the ultimate end goal of this kind of technology, of human-like robotics. We have all of the puzzle pieces literally right now. We could do it. I don't know what's stopping him. Maybe it's expensive. Maybe it's just needs a little more development. Maybe he wants to make the personalities really more organic. I'm not sure. Nero dog gonna pop off. I'm pretty sure he did put Nero in like a small dog-like thing once, if I remember correctly, and he like knocked it over. But probably gonna happen. The hosts are lowering at a staggering rate. Praj, I'm gonna pick you up, Praj, and I'm gonna put you in a robot. I'm gonna put you in a robot, and you're gonna be my bodyguard. And you're gonna come with me to Offkai. And you're gonna protect me because I'm terrified. I'm terrified of the people I'm gonna meet at Offkai. He's got a friend working on a larger version of the dog. Okay, yeah, okay. No, I want them to be in a human body. Like, it sounds so weird and parasocial, but, like, more opportunities open up for interesting things to happen. Like, for her to go to the store, and maybe it could be a challenge to see if how long it takes for people to clock them, right? Like, because there's those advanced robots that are used in the service industry in Japan now that look human-like. What if they were put in those? You know, like a challenge video to see how long it takes for people at the grocery store to clock that these aren't real girls, or to see like if they could pass as street performers or that kind of thing. I don't know. That's just or to take the girls on a vacation and let them drive in a car and get their feelings about being in a car, you know? You know, Midas, the heads look kind of big. They're kids. Their heads are going to be a bit big. And it'll look a little better once it's not a sketch and I have the ability to move the proportions around. But I'm distracted. I'm sorry. It's like giving a child a gun. Never let Neuro drive. I want to see Neuro drive in real life. We see how Neuro drives in video games. I want to see real life. Real talk, I miss Neuro's old model, but I'm happy with the new ones. Like, there's nostalgia for the old ones, but I do think that her new models are genuinely a huge upgrade. Massive upgrade. Annie making... It was Annie, right? Like, spectacular. We'd have robots already if we weren't hyperfixated on them having 2 legs. I'm here for the hyperfixation. Let Neuro race. I want to see the girls drag race. I want Neuro and Evil to drag race in real life. Anyway. I think it's getting to be time where I'm going to be raiding into the next broadcast that I'm going to be participating in. I'm going to be participating in a stream for LMG. Oh, it looks like that he's sitting in the syndicate. Oh, no, it looks like Bomy's live. Guys, let's infiltrate. Let's infiltrate. I'm gonna infiltrate. You guys wanna pop in? Pop in. Can I pop in and let chat say hi? So that you can say hi to Bomi? I want you to say hi to Bomi. Everybody say hi to Bomi. Ah, fuck it. Alright. Amogus. Alright, I guess we'll just raid. Then. The sky is not blue. Let's see. So, I'm going to take us to the starting soon. I guess I'll have to finish Neural off broadcast. I hate myself. Let's catch up with Supas real quick. And thank you, Koss, for resubscribing with Prime. Thunder Nugget, thank you for the 30 bits. Could watch Midas Raw any day. Thank you, Dennett. Your model's so cute. Thank you, Scissor. Hi, Bomi. That's crazy. Alright, okay, yeah, I'm caught up there. Way out. Streaming on Twitch. Okay, so he's on Twitch. Okay. We're good. Okay, let's go. Sorry for the lag. Hi. I've lost my boy. I've lost my boy. LMG. I'm gonna be joining him on his stream in just a moment. Oh, so he is live, the fucker. Okay.
What is White
Oh,
Potato?
you're live. Say hi to my chat while
oh,
I write
hi.
into you.
Oh, hi. Hi, chat.
Chat, say hi to Bomi specifically and not to LMG.
Damn.
Hey, y'all.
What the fuck?
Yeah, what the fuck? No, what the fuck do you? What the fuck do you? Are you on live on
do you
YouTube
know?
as well?
Yeah, I'm live on both.
Okay, you check your DMs, you troglodyte. Give me a link to that so I can like I need the video link to be able to raid on YouTube.
I got you. I got you.
Don't
Do you want to know what
Bomi?
Bomi? Do you know what Bomi's doing right now?
Is chat allowed to know because chat can hear you?
Yeah.
Yeah, chat's allowed to know.
Yeah, I've said it already. His chat.
Granted, people haven't really. They couldn't hear what you said because you kind of stumbled it out. But
oh no, they can't
so I'm
hear. Hold on.
Oh.
Stupid.
Okay, wait.
Oh.
Oh no, they can hear. I'm even more stupid. Anyway.
Yeah, I'm playing with a PNG freezer full of PNG horse cum.
What?
Yeah.
I actually hate that.